Okay, with the creative team of Home, Hannah and Ralph, excellent dance film, played at the Experimental Dance Music Film Festival. You guys are from Belgium, correct?
Yes, I'm from Belgium and he's from the Netherlands.
The Netherlands. So, but you guys are
Yeah.
based in Belgium now?
It's a combination a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
That's cool.
But it's
And
two teeny tiny countries next to each other.
they're not that tiny. There's lots of millions of people there, right?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, there
you
is.
live in Canada. They're really tiny.
But I guess there are
Compared
more,
to
I
con,
guess
but I think it's about the same amount of people though. So,
more, I think even more.
yeah,
How many are there in your country, Canada?
27 million.
Yeah, I guess there are like about 20 million in the
Yeah,
Netherlands.
yeah,
I think it's close. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh no.
She doesn't know. So basically, excellent film. So creative. So you guys both co-directed it, but Hannah,
Yes.
you are the cast member. You're the key cast, and Ralph, you also do the music on the film,
I did the camera work and the music. Yeah.
and the music in the film. So who came? Where did this idea spawn from to do this dance film? Where was the original idea?
Also, Hannah is a dancer, and
Yep.
I'm a composer, and we met like decades ago when we both joined the same dance group. That's how we met,
It
and
couldn't be
we
decades ago. You guys are still very young. So yeah,
Just
well,
one decade to
thank
go.
yeah,
you.
1 decade ago. Yeah. Okay.
I love to hear that. And so we always made theater work together, and then suddenly we got the idea to experiment with film. And one day we were walking in this region in the south of France, near the Spanish coast, near San Sebastian, and there was a beautiful scenery, and we brought the camera, and suddenly we stumbled upon a house. That's the house that you saw in the movie.
Yeah.
It was an abandoned little, yeah, well, a stone shed, I guess, and it had a little marking that said home on it, and it was totally desolate in this beautiful mountain area. And that's where the first sparks entered our brain, I guess. And from there on, it developed. We just started shooting on the fly, and so it happened.
Yes. But before we stumbled upon this location. We were having a lot of talks and inspiration about like being on this planet and being alone with your thoughts that keep on coming up, whether you like it or not,
Yeah,
and to live in a universe that's a bit indifferent also. And yeah, this intense sense of loneliness that it can give you sometimes.
Mhm.
And then we stumbled upon this house, and it was like, wow, it's almost that the idea found us there. And the house became the starting point of the movie, but not so much of the idea of the content of the movie,
yeah,
I think.
And when did you guys stumble upon it? And it's a great like landscape as well. Like it's thematically, you're kind of seeing life, like while she's alone in
yeah,
this, desolate house, and then there's
yeah,
this whole life around the whole landscape.
yeah.
When did you guys decide to like start shooting? So you found it, and then how long was it till you started shooting it?
But the funny thing is, it's really spontaneous actually.
Yeah,
So we brought our camera kit. We had a quite extensive camera kit with us,
yeah.
and we saw the house, and it just occurred to us we have to do this. It's more like the idea came to us than the other way around. So
Yes, so
we saw the location, and we thought we have to do this scene here, and then the rest just developed by itself, really.
yeah, so to answer more specifically, 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that. So we
2 minutes, yeah,
stumbled onto the
yeah,
house and we had the camera. So
yeah.
there we made the first images,
Split seconds, yeah,
and then the rest took some longer time
yeah,
and took a
To
bit
put
more
it together.
thinking as well.
yeah,
Yes, but the
You
first
shot it,
images,
yeah.
yeah.
yes, it was just intuition, I
Okay,
guess.
so the people who haven't seen the film or people who have seen the film, you're naked in the film.
Yes,
So so you just decided, okay, I'm just gonna strip down and basically were you worried that maybe not because it's the European, you're European, but were you worried that people are going to come around, come by you and like and see what
Yes,
you're
kind of.
wonder what you're
We
doing?
we definitely had our eyes open, and
Okay.
at one point, I guess we also had to wait a little because there were I actually think they were from weren't they from Canada, the tourists?
I
But
don't
there
know.
was
I
some
don't
people
remember.
there was some
Yeah.
people hiking there. It was a very desolate location, but there were people hiking, and there was a family that hiked to us, and then we paused and we actually had a talk with them, and then they went on, and then we continued. Yeah. But yes, we were careful.
We were
We don't
careful,
mean to
yes.
shock people.
No, but
Gotcha.
it's super empty there, eh?
Yeah,
So, I mean,
it's
there
desolate. Yeah.
were a lot of sheep. They all saw me naked, but people, not so much there.
No,
No, no, no, no.
And what motivated you, spawned you to decide like I'm just gonna get naked. I'm gonna get naked. And this serves
Um,
this story.
well,
to let it be like a person with no identity. So a faceless human with no identity, just a human alone on the planet,
as you are,
as you are,
as you were
with
born.
there's no identity, there's no image, there's no
Decorations.
classification to how expensive your clothing is or what it's all it's stripped from
Mhm.
everything that could give you an identity.
And also, I think to just it gives a beautiful image. I think
Yeah.
sometimes, like it's nature within nature, and I think with clothes on, it would be a totally different thing, actually. Yeah,
And also to make it clear to people watching this, it's not sexy at all. It's not the
well,
nudity.
it might be, but
It
it's
might
not
Yeah.
it might,
erotic.
but that's not its function. You know what I
No.
mean?
No, it's not. It is it can be sexy, but you're right. You're
Yeah,
right. It's not its motivation, right? So
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, and I think it confronts it, or I think it might confront people with the the conditioning we have with nudity, because we often see it in a sexualized
Mm.
context and not so much just as you are always
yeah.
as a mammal, as an organism here. Yeah,
So it's actually quite bizarre
simplicity.
thinking about it. So even like a platform like YouTube, if you're on there with sexy lingerie, acting like a complete sexual fool, it's
Yeah.
allowed. But if you're there nude, but in an artistic way, it's not allowed. So it's
Yeah.
actually the system is quite prude, you could say.
100%. It's funny
Yeah,
because I was reading because it's just 20 years of YouTube. I was reading the book on the history of YouTube, and there's a whole chapter of what you just described, like how it's the censors are just crazy, like and then like even violence, right? Like your
yeah,
Yeah.
film would get flagged, and you
yeah,
can have no
definitely.
advertising on your film if you put it on YouTube.
Yeah,
But then
Yeah.
if something's violent, it will get advertising. It's crazy.
yeah.
Yes. Yes. True.
Actually, to be honest, I lost my entire
We got banned.
YouTube channel because I put it just to share it with friends and with other artistic
Yeah.
people in the network. We wanted to share it and just get their opinion. And so we put it on hidden, and you could only watch it with a link, and even then it got banned. My
Yeah.
entire profile is banned. And we were just like, wow. And the reason was for like voyeurism. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexual voyeurism.
Voyeurism. Remember, it's an algorithm. It's not like a
I
human
know.
being is
Yes. No.
banning you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're just seeing, but your film is beautiful and there's so many great shots in the film.
Thank
Well,
you.
how did you do the beach scene with so you brought your drone. I guess you brought your drone with you.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
spontaneous.
it was, yeah,
Well, spontaneous. It's yes, in a way, it's
this was a lot of hard work,
spontaneous.
huh?
But this was some days or weeks after
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
drone shots, and it's spontaneous. But of course, we know us, and we know you're always in the process of creating something. So we bring the tools so that we have the option to create if we want to. So
But we got up a lot of mornings very early because
Mhm.
we wanted to be there before the people came.
Yeah.
So we went like 4-ish, 5-ish. We went there just before sunup, and yeah, it took a lot of work, especially the shot where Hanne is descending down the of the dune.
Mm.
To get this aligned with
Yeah.
the drone, it was hard work, but lots of fun though. Lots of fun to do. Yeah.
Well, because you got that, yeah, you do have the shot of the sunrise in like near the
Yeah.
end of the film, right? So one of my favorite shots in your film is basically it's like to her back and you're kind of like the sun is between your arm and her body and you're
Ah,
kind of
ah,
moving in and you're seeing her like vault hairs
yeah.
kind of
Yes.
like yeah I don't know why I just like there's something raw about
Yeah.
Mm.
like, something human about that shot like very
Yeah.
human.
Yeah,
Yeah, I understand.
I totally agree. You might notice that we try to make a connection with the sun
Yeah,
and the movie home because the sun is quite of the reason why we have this beautiful planet in a way.
yeah,
And the violence of this of the sun, which is kind of a fusion reactor in the sky, and this beautiful life we have on Earth, the difference between those two, I think, is very beautiful. So the violence that gave us this beautiful planet.
Beauty.
Yeah.
so you said it's a short film by Spin Echo, is that your like production company or
Yes, Spineco is our company. I wouldn't really say it's a production company always. It can be many things. Usually, we make a lot of theater performances.
okay,
So for live theater productions with dance and music, and we do it under the name Spin Echo, but we also have other output like movies now, and we all do it under our company name, which is Spin Echo, indeed.
Yeah.
and this was your first film?
It actually, yeah.
Well, it's the first one we really put into the world. Yeah,
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
You're setting it to festivals. You're like,
yeah.
what kind of motivated you to, did you like to say, finally, okay, I'm going to send this out to the world. I'm going to see what the world's reaction is.
I mean, we worked so long on it, especially after filming. We worked so long on it, and we couldn't put it on YouTube. No,
No.
Yeah.
so so we decided how to send it into the world, and then we thought, let's just do it. And I've worked with some different filmmakers also in the past years as a performer or choreographer. So I got to know the world a little bit and the film industry. So I thought, let's just give it a try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had some good advices and we started sending it. Yeah.
Yes.
So have you made a movie since, another movie since this one?
No.
No, but
No?
we are working on one,
You're working
uh,
on one?
which will be totally different. But yeah, we are continuing to make film. Yeah.
Yeah, keep at it. This one's pretty okay. So you shot the film, so everything's you did the film, you shot it, and then you're gonna go home and probably where you're sitting right now, and you're gonna go,
Yeah.
okay, how do we tell a story here? What music do we put? How is
Yeah.
that process?
Messy.
Mess- So a lot of thinking, a lot of experimenting. We made a lot of cuts. I mean, we made a lot of
Sure.
montages. Yeah, a lot. And then finally we decided on the music that's under the piece now, um, which is a very raw piece of music, I guess. And we just thought this fits perfectly, like with the images and the raw sounds. We loved it, and from there on, it was centimeter by centimeter. We started fitting it. Hanne made a first good cut that gave us a good feeling, and then I went over it to edit it again, and suddenly it just went to where it is
Yeah.
now. And we showed it to some friends. We got some feedback. Uh,
And I think also for me personally, just you never know when it's finished.
just never know.
You never
Yeah.
know when it's finished.
It's the
So
power of creation.
yes,
You never
but
Yeah.
know.
like with live performances, you also never know,
No.
but you perform it for the audience, and then it's
It's over.
gone forever.
Yeah.
That moment is then gone forever. But with film, it is there and it will stay just as it is
Yeah.
Yeah.
in this one version. So for me, it took some getting used to, okay, when we decide it's done, then it's done. So
Yeah.
we know when it's done.
Yeah.
So I guess we went on again intuition in the end. Yeah.
Well, it's like a cliche, but they say that you don't finish a film, you abandon it because you can
Yeah,
work
Yeah.
on this film, you can tinker with this film for the rest of your life, right? But
exactly. Yeah,
you
it
have to
just
move on, right?
yeah, you have to
Yes,
move on.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So actually, Hanne was the one that said, enough. We,
It's
we, we draw the line and we send it. And then when it's gone, you're right. When it's gone,
Yeah,
it releases a lot of pressure.
yeah.
100%.
It's gone now. It's in the hand of the audience. Yeah.
And no matter what, it's not going to be perfect, right? It
No,
can't,
no.
it's
No, no.
impossible, right? Yeah.
And that's perhaps also the beauty of it.
That's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah. So, okay, so then the music is the key, right? So I'm assuming when you found like when you created the music, that's like that sets the tone of your film. Then you can kind of was that like the key of it? Like you looked at the footage and then you found did you? I'm assuming you created the music yourself.
Yes, yes. I made the music. Um, yeah, it just worked. I don't know how. When Hannah's at the beach and this drone, you see her from the top, and this raw sound comes in with the synthesizers and the guitars. It just yeah, it gave me a really good, but also a really sense of being very small myself in this huge universe, this tiny human on this beach in this quite violent universe. I thought it just works, and then it made the edit easier because
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it made the edit easier. Yeah,
So your choreograph your like dance choreography, like it was just spontaneous. You just kind of improved it.
In the house, yes. I
Yeah.
mean, we had a vibe to it. I mean, an idea like what the movement qualities should be, and then I improvised it, yes.
yeah,
And then for the beach, we had some images that we knew
yeah.
that we wanted to have. So we started from those images, and then we let those images take their own life again within the character that was by that time already a bit set.
And then you start the film with kind of, I guess, the creation of Earth or like kind of like the fire and
Yeah.
brimstone, I guess.
It's the sun, I guess. You mean the first
Yeah,
images of
but then
the sun?
you have it again. You have it again for like a little bit,
Yes,
like halfway
Yeah,
again.
through the film. Yeah.
yeah. And then also the shot that you like when the
Yeah.
sun comes between her arms.
Yeah.
It's all referring back to this gigantic fusion reactor in the sky that
Yeah,
made life possible. Yeah.
and also the enormous contrast between the macro and the micro. How do you
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
the macro and the
Yeah, the micro, the macro. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
So and I mean the smallest thing we see is the ants, I think, crawling ants, but
Yeah.
still they're not the smallest thing by far. And yeah, just the idea that you are a part of this super big and super small collection of stuff
Yeah.
is thing, I think.
Yeah. It's just a
And you
wonder.
forget it sometimes that, oh yes, there's the sun. Okay.
Yeah.
We always forget it. Like, well, not
We always
Yeah.
always.
forget it, yes.
We get so wrapped up in our world, right? And it's like it shows that like it's like we're very insignificant people.
Yeah.
Super
I always
insignificant.
considered us humans are very narcissistic by nature, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
No, but you know, it's a good thing. For me personally, I am happy to be very insignificant because
Yeah.
if you imagine you were very significant, I wouldn't like it at all.
No.
No, so it's comforting that you're insignificant.
And
But it's also
we're not even needed to like for this planet. Like if we die, like say the humans are gone, the planet keeps going, right?
Of course,
yeah.
exactly.
It's also
Yeah.
always funny when people say we have to save the planet. The planet's
No,
doing
the
fine.
planet's gonna be
It's
fine. Yeah.
humans that are in
Yeah.
trouble, really.
Isn't
Yeah.
that George Carlin
That's
or
George
something?
Carlin. Yeah.
No, yeah, yeah, George Carlin's, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
he's right. Like you talked about the ants and the insects.
Yeah.
They're needed in the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we're not. Right?
It's, all,
So
No.
it's
And I'm
also
happy
it's also
about that.
bizarre that most people don't realize that we're actually on a planet.
yeah,
We're actually on this little floating ball in this gigantic universe. It's
yeah,
sometimes you tend to forget, but it's just the way it is. That's our home, really.
yeah. So yeah, it's for you. Like you just mentioned the micro and the macro. That's sort of what it is. Yeah, it's yeah. There's something. Yeah, I love to see what you guys do next because, like you said, when you make a film like this film's here forever, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, at least for a while.
No, no, it's here forever. Like
Yeah,
it's there. It's like
yeah,
and yeah, and you guys hit a home run with this film. So,
Thank you.
cool. Thank you.
and I know it's a process, but I'm curious about this house too, right? Because there's a story with the house.
Yeah,
Like
there is.
someone
Yeah,
lived there before, right?
yeah.
Probably,
I
yeah.
guess someone did. It was somebody's shed or
Someone
somebody's.
built it. Event
Yeah,
someone
someone
one
built
Somebody
it.
built it. Yes.
once
In the
upon a
middle
time
of
there was a
nowhere, right?
person, there's I mean who knows? Who knows the story there, right? So,
Yeah.
I really don't know. I really don't
yeah.
know.
And all the kids from the area that put their gravity on, it all
Yeah.
has a story, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it's
house.
kind of amazing, right? So it's just like what
Yeah.
yeah, what we do, the modern, yeah. Well, I wish you guys the best. I think it's an amazing film. Before we leave you, I want to ask you a question from your blog interview.
Yeah.
Um, we both asked you what film you've seen in the most times in your life. And what do you remember what you said?
Yeah, we
Yes,
did.
we told the honest truth. I think with
Yeah.
me it was
Yeah.
Dumbo when I was a
Dumbo,
child.
yeah.
Yes, yes. I wasn't allowed to watch it anymore from my parents because I cried every time so, yeah, long and hard. So my parents told me, no, you cannot watch it anymore. But still, I wanted to watch again and again to, I don't know, hurt myself or something. I'm not sure.
But
That's
there's
massive.
something that emotionally you responded to, I guess, with the elephant and his mother, like the unfair treatment, I guess.
Yes, it is so sad and it's so unfair that he has these big ears and he gets bullied. Poor Dumbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
Yes.
you watched it since in live, like recently?
We
Ah,
thought about it when we answered the question. We thought
Yeah.
about watching it again.
no, I mean, I don't know when I watched it the last time, but I think if I would watch it, I would be feeling it again.
Yeah.
To be honest, yes, I'm
Yeah,
not
you
immediately.
should do that. Well, I like because I like young kids, so we showed them like the old Disney movies, and they stand the test of time.
Wow, they do.
Yes.
Pinocchio doesn't, but other than Pinocchio, they all kind of stand the test of time. And
Yeah.
Dumbo does. Dumbo's very emotionally like still a good film to this day.
So sad.
Cool.
And then Han, you
Right.
said Back to the Future and Star Wars, I guess, right?
Yeah, that was my answer. So first I thought let's give a very artistic
Yeah,
answer in like a renowned movie.
yeah,
But then I thought, yeah, the truth is when you're young, there's certain movies you just watch over and over again with
yeah,
friends. Those are probably the movies that I watch often. And I still think Back to the Future Part 1, that's just a perfect movie.
yeah. It is a perfect movie.
It's
Yeah,
just a perfect movie. It's
yeah,
you cannot I think it's the storytelling is perfect and
yeah,
I love that movie. I actually wanted to be Michael J. Fox at one point when I was really young, like even pre-teen, maybe even. Yeah, I love that
yeah,
movie. And I did a lot of Star Wars. Like the Return of the Jedi was always my favorite. We always played Jedis when we were young
yeah,
with my friends, and yeah, so those I watch quite often. Yeah,
yeah. I love it because it's you made this very artistic kind of like experimental film, and then we always like our childhood is always about the consumption of like the mainstream, I guess, Hollywood,
yeah,
kind of giving us yeah,
dualism. Yeah,
and how it influences us greatly, right? So what we respond to.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know
Well,
actually because you also think it's a perfect movie, right? There's a funny backstory to Back to the Future.
yeah,
That's when they tried to sell the movie. I think it was Robert Zemeckis. When they tried to sell the movie to the studios, the bosses they all said no because the story is that this boy goes back in time and falls in love with his mother,
yeah.
and they all said, well, hey, but that's like incest, right? You cannot this cannot be in a movie. So
No,
funny.
the mother falls in love with him. Yeah,
Yeah,
go
I'm
on.
sorry. Yeah, the mother
Yeah,
falls in love with her own
yeah,
son. Yeah,
yeah.
funny story.
Because she
But
doesn't know it's him, right? So
yeah,
you see this thing right, this painting right here.
is that the
Right.
DeLorean?
That's basically the script turned into a painting. So someone basically took the script and made a Back to the Future painting out of the script.
Wow,
Very
so
cool.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So
Nice.
it's so when you look
Art.
closely at it, it's all kind of like it's all writing, right? But then
Yeah,
it look they turned it, yeah. So it's they turned into DeLorean. So yeah,
true fan.
yeah. No, no, it's yeah, it's a good book on the Back to the Future as well. So yeah, All right. Well, I want you. Hopefully, you guys can make another film. I think this is great. This is your first film. It's incredible, and you can kind of expand, bring in more characters, do choreography, whatever you want to do. But you guys are very talented people. Like, if you can do like what you're doing, so I love to see what you do next.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All
So do
right.
we.
Let's talk again when you make your next film.
All
Bye
right.
bye. We